Hello class, today we are going to talk about a combination of the transformations we've been talking about, specifically talk about what a glide reflection and compositions are. First, a composition. Remember, pause the video, write down the notes, and then listen to me talk. But a composition is when two or more transformations are combined to produce a single transformation. The compositions of two or more isometries, and we haven't really talked about an isometry yet. We'll talk about that more about isometries when I get back. But mainly an isometry is when the size of the shape does not change. And so far all we've done is talked about isometries. Now, glide reflections. When you combine a translation with a reflection, that is a glide reflection. Order is very important when performing a glide reflection, so we always want to do the transformations in the order that we are told to do it. Okay, now we're going to look at a couple of examples. We're trying to find the image of a glide reflection, and we're going to start with the information about triangle QRS. They gave us the points for them. And then they gave us the two transformations that we're going to do. First, we're going to do a translation. And we have to remember, when we have x by itself right here like this, that means that we do nothing to the x value. It stays the same. And so you have y plus 5. So our first transformation, all we're going to do is move every point up 5. And so now we have Q prime, R prime, and S prime. Then we have to reflect it over the Y axis, and you know that we do that by if we're reflecting over the Y, we change the sign of the X value, and when you do that, you have this new triangle, and those points are right there on the screen for you. Now we're going to look at another example, and this time it's a composition. It's a composition because this time we have a reflection and then a rotation. On the last one we had a translation and then a reflection, and that's a special type of composition. But on this one, the first thing we're going to do is take the 2 points that we're given, and we're going to reflect it over the x-axis. So why don't you try to pause the video and try to see if you can do this transformation on your own, whether you do it using the graph or do it using the points. But after you reflect it over the x-axis, you should get those 2 points. You have 2, 0 for C prime, and you have 3, -3 for D prime. And then I'm going to rotate it 270 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. And remember, if I go 270 degrees counterclockwise, that's the exact same thing as going 90 degrees clockwise. So when I do that rotation, I will get first of all, we have to label them double prime, C double prime, D double prime. And C double prime is 0, -2. And D double prime is -3, -3. On this third example, we are trying to find the image of a composition, and we are going to perform this glide reflection. Remember, a glide reflection means we did a translation, then a reflection. So we're going to take the point A, and we're going to conduct that translation. If we do that, we get the point -6, 2. Basically all we did is plug X and Y into the translation, and that is the values that we came up with. Then we're going to reflect it over Y equals X. Now we have to remember, we know that it's A prime is -6, 2. If we reflect it over Y equals X, that means we switch the two values, and so we would get 2, -6. And that is the ordered pair. That is the point plotted. All right, the last example we're going to look at, this time we're given all the transformations already done. Now we have to describe them. So you have to know where you should know the order by the way that the points are labeled. We know that we started with triangle ABC that doesn't have any primes on it. So what did we do to this blue triangle ABC to get to the red triangle? And we know that we went to the red triangle because it just has one prime bar. So A prime, B prime, and C prime. And if you look at it, you can see that we rotated 180 degrees to get those new points. Now you have to look at, okay, what did I do to go from A prime, B prime, C prime to get to the double primes? And if I look at it, I can see I don't reflect over it looks like a reflection, but I don't reflect over the x-axis. But I am, however, reflecting over y equals 1. Remember, if I have y equals 1, that is a horizontal line, and that's the line that we are reflecting over. All right, now you have a worksheet that you should be working on. Go ahead and start working on that. There is a front and back to it. All of this work is due by Friday, so make sure you have that.